Amazing Spider-Man number 26 by Dan Slott and Stuart Immonen. As shots ring out on the Hong Kong rooftop of the Uncle Ben Foundation, the guests scatter as a masked man reveals himself. Harry realizes his father, Norman, is at large. He declares to his minions that it's showtime and mounted riders fill the sky. Also, interestingly enough, Silver Sable is back from the dead as Spider-Man and Mockingbird check on the guests at the gala. Harry tells him to go after his father while he gets an invite with a strange web address from one of the men he saw his disguised father talking to. Sable and Mockingbird tail Osborn while she calls for his shield backup. Seeing she's in China and out of jurisdiction, Nick Fury denies backup and orders her back home. She bails on Spidey while Sable throws one of the riders from their craft, telling him that this would all be over had he not stuck his nose in it. Back at the gala, Harry, Min, and May tune into the address on the card. There they see Osborn's live stream of the, quote, Goblins Weapons Expo, now featuring Spider-Man and Silver Sable. They follow him into a building and are trapped. Looks like Norman plans to use them as props to sell their weapons merch, so the two heroes make quick work, even cracking a few jokes. The problem is that it was a diversion. The real test is Osborn's Kingslayer Mark I, and introducing it is Countess Katarina Karkov. Harry and Min patch in several heads of R&D, not to mention shareholders of Parker Industries. They discuss the issues over what they believe is a secure line, although one of them is former Superior Spider-Man, Otto Octavius. Meanwhile, the real Spidey and Silver Sable continue to battle the droid, while Pete cracks insults at Osborn, eventually forcing him to cut the feed. He remembers Norman mentioned new power cells on the gliders. Taking a cue from the movie Jaws, he shoves one of them in the mech droid's mouth and Sable shoots it, blowing the machine's head off. Silver Sable explains to Spider-Man that the Countess and Osborn have transformed her home country into a war zone. She asks for his help in ending it, and he tells her in exchange for taking down the Goblin, he'll bankroll the whole thing. The issue wraps with Harry asking Pete if he really intends to use their company to take down a legal regime just to catch Harry's father, and he tells him then yes, much to the ire of Doc Ock. Finally, we see Nick Fury addressing his S.H.I.E.L.D. counterparts. An anonymous source has tipped him off that Parker Industries is planning an attack on a sovereign nation, thus making the former partner company now an enemy. He asks if everyone understands, ending with Mockingbird saying, "Sir, yes, sir." And with that, this issue is left to be continued. This book is still one of the lone holdouts that makes me feel like I'm holding part of their lineage. Peter Parker, Harry Osborn, Betty Brant, Aunt May, they're all still here, albeit in different roles to some degree. The Spider-Verse certainly changed things, but this is still one you can literally step right back into and scarcely miss a beat. Good art and story work. I give this one a 9 out of 10. If you like this video, there's hundreds more like it, spanning several current and classic story arcs. Click the boxes here for more playlists. This video is also accompanied by my blog at nerdiestkidyouknow.blogspot.com or nerdiestkidyouknow.com. You can also follow links to my Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter pages, as well as a link to this very issue for sale in my eBay store by clicking below. For the Nerdiest Kid You Know, I'm Sam Torito. Thanks for watching.